But the one thing you have to keep in mind, as big as this game feels and as cathartic as it could be for Tennessee, it's not the be all end all for either team.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly, it's not for Alabama. Alabama is not a division game. They still win the West if they can navigate the other challenges you mentioned. So it's a big game, and I'm not trying to diminish it at all. And it's going to feel like that, but the loser of this game still has plenty in front of them. Their margin for error is just reduced, and Tennessee's is probably greatly reduced because Tennessee, I think I mentioned this Monday, they could come out of the game with a win against Alabama, lost to Georgia later in the season, not make the SEC championship game, and still have a pretty good case to be among the four best teams. So, it's got high stakes, but it's not the loser leaves town match, that we've seen in recent years. So by that standpoint, if you were advising Bryce Young, let's say he's not 100%. I mean, all indications are he's going to play. Let's say he's 75%, but there's a risk take another lick on that shoulder, and then maybe this becomes a nagging, lingering thing the rest of the season. Maybe it's going to be that way anyway. What would you do? Would you try to start it with Milroe if he's not 100% and see how it goes, and use break glass in case of emergency and roll 9 out there?
Well, I'll say this, and I said this on game day on Saturday, the thought was if he didn't play against A&M, he'd be pretty close to 100%. From all I've heard, and again, he won't be 100%, but he'll be in pretty good shape. From all I've heard, things have progressed well this week for Bryce Young. So there's a lot of optimism. Saban has projected that publicly as well. So let's hope he doesn't have to make that decision. They are clearly a completely different outfit with Jalen Milroe. And honestly, Jalen Milroe was more careless than he played poorly, if that makes sense. There were those again, the dynamism isn't there in the pass game, but of course it's not going to be there in the pass game. They're losing the Heisman Trophy, winning quarterback. If he had just sort of tucked the ball a few times instead of coughing it up, it felt like a 24-3 slow Alabama suffocation from 2011 type game. But when you invite the other team back in the game and you give them a chance to, you give them a couple short fields and chances to do what they did, all of a sudden you're sitting there on your own goal line, and you need a really good play by your corner / bad play call / bad route to hold on. So let's hope there's no decision having to be made by Alabama or Young now or later.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.